Evening. Welcome to Off the Hook Outdoors Live. We are getting ready. I just wanted to bring you along. We're getting ready for trout season, our little trout trip that we're going on, that we go on every year up at Seven Springs. And I got some stuff here. I'm just organizing some stuff, and I figured I'd go live. I didn't go live this week. I didn't have time. I didn't go live with my son when I took him to karate, because he didn't go to karate because we were so busy. Theo had a bunch of stuff this weekend. So I'm going live tonight. I did premiere a video earlier. So if you haven't checked out the video, I did a product review on the EBL AA batteries that are very, very good batteries. So I just wanted, hey, what's up, brother? Thanks for coming in, man. I got a bunch of stuff. I'm getting ready. Got a bunch of stuff here. I got some stuff from Fishoholic that I want to show you guys as well. Nature's Wild Playground, what's up? So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff from Fishoholic that I am going to show you guys. They send me a package. They send me a package every year. I am not sponsored or anything by them. I just like to use their products, and they send me a package every year with clothing and hats and things like that. Hunting and stuff, what's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in. So yeah, I'm just getting this together here right now. Trying to get all my stuff here together. But yeah, we're getting our trout stuff together. We're going on a trip. It was a little bit, hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, Chris? Thanks for coming in, bud. I didn't do a live today or this week, so I wanted to go live today just to, I'm getting my trout stuff ready for our trout trip to Seven Springs. So I wanted to go live tonight for sure. So where is my live on? Okay, I got it on my iPad here too. We're going to set a goal tonight too, guys. I'm going to put 5 super chats in there for $5 or higher. We're going to set the timer here for 3 hours. We're not going to go 3 hours. And I'm going to write in here, I'm just going to write our goal. Our goal. I'm doing a hat giveaway. To someone in the chat tonight. Now the weather is looking kind of crappy. If we hit our goal, I'm doing a hat giveaway to someone in the chat. Boom. All right, so we did set our goal. So our goal was set for 5. So we got 5 for $5 or more. Peterson's, what's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. So yeah, I got a bunch of rods. I got some stuff from Fishoholic. I got some gear here that I'm going to go through. I got a bunch of bobbers and jig heads and stuff that I take with me. As you can tell, I got some of my baits that I use as well. Some of my pink baits here that I make myself for trout. This is the little OC glider in fluorescent pink. Stuff like that we put on jig heads and things like that and float them for trout. We got some really small jig heads here as well that we put them on. We'll be doing that. Let's see what else. It's been hectic. I just got back from a volleyball game. We got some floats too. We got some crappie jigs. I don't know why they're in there, but they're in there. They got a bunch of stuff. The thing is, when you have tackle and too much tackle, you don't know what to do with it. And then you start finding tackle. Here's some micro lures here. Stopper micro lures. I take all this stuff up. Sometimes I don't even open it up because I'll show you what we mainly use. But I got the Sunline, guys. You know I'm a big Sunline user. I always take, this is 6 pound that I'll take up with me, a couple of spools of this to spool my rods if they go bad up there. So we got those. We got some split shots. We got little bobbers. My son likes using these bobbers. I like using the bobbers when we're fishing putty on the bottom. So we got some small bobbers in the pack. We got these from Dunham's, my store. We got some more bobbers there. Nature's Wild Play, we got enough to open our own store. Oh, I got a ton of stuff. We got some number 10 hooks, number 12. These ones are number 12 hooks. So we got number 12 trebles. We use them with the putty. There's my receipt. I will hide that so my wife don't see the receipt. We got some red number 10 hooks, some laser sharps. They're another putty. When the bigger trout are hitting the bigger putty, we put bigger bigger balls of putty on them. When I say putty, I mean the power bait, but I don't use the power bait. I use the Gulp Chunky Cheese kind. So we got a bunch of treble hooks. We got some slip sinkers, because I'll show you how I rig that up, my little setup up like that. And we got more hooks. Never could have enough hooks, guys. So we got a bunch of hooks here. What else is in here? And more hooks. So hooks, hooks, and more hooks. So I do like to use the trebles. If we're gonna eat the fish, we'll use the trebles. If they're biting lightly, we use the trebles. But if they're pounding the baits, we just use a regular, like a salmon egg style hook, a small hook, because we don't want to kill the fish. We don't want to gut hook them and kill them with the treble. So we'll use a regular hook so we can either cut the line and it won't injure the fish as bad. It'll swim away and that hook will go out in about a week or so. The hook should rot off and, you know, they'll get rid of the hook eventually. But if you're eating them, there's nothing wrong with trebles, or if they're biting lightly, use a treble hook to hook them up. We got those, and then we're going to put this back in the bag so I don't lose it all. So I wanted to go through all the hooks and stuff that I got here. And this is just one little trip to Dunham's. But the Sunline, I go straight to Sunline. That's a great line to use. I've never had an issue. I use all the Sunline products, Assassin, Supernatural, stuff like that. Will there be stomach acid eat up a hook? The stomach does, or the water will rust that hook out. They'll spit that hook out eventually. The barb will come off. Sometimes we mash the barbs down as well, even on a treble hook. We'll mash the barb down so we can get it out really easy. Just push in and pull out, and that treble will come out really nice. And they have a bunch of different tools and stuff. Fitting the outfit with J. Mitch. What's up, my man? Cat, I hope all is well. All is well, buddy. All is well. So we have that. I showed you all the bobbers and like the jigs and stuff. We don't use much of them. Daniel Berry, what's up? Then I went and I got, now these things, guys, and you know they're my favorite for trout, is the Phoebe lure. I went out and got another pack of them. I do have some in my vest. I'm going to break the vest open and show you guys as well. But the Phoebe. Hey, what's up, Deer Corner? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. For all those who haven't seen my premiere tonight, I premiered a video on a product, the EBL AA batteries. I know everybody is into batteries and they could use them. I'm going to be using them for my trail cameras, flashlights, headlamps, and things like that. Slay Trout Jigs, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. But I just did a product review on the EBLs, and I did some crazy testing, so you might want to go over and check that video out after the live. And if you do go over there, please hit that like, share us out. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. So go over and check out the premiere. That's all right, Chris. You can go back and watch it. Chris also, he's got some new videos out, him frost seeding and planting his domain seed. So if anybody's interested in the, you know, of the domain and you know, planting food plots, go over and check out Chris's channel as well. The Phoebe lures are awesome. These things are awesome. Another thing that I'm gonna go over right now with you guys, and you probably, when you think of trout fishing, how many people think about cranking, using crankbaits, trout fishing? Not too many people that I know do crankbaiting. Now, you know me, I throw the putty out and I sit there and wait. Now, my kids and everything, it's nice to enjoy it, relax, sit there, but I can't sit there long. I got to get up and I got to be throwing lures. You know, I'm a bass fisherman. Rapalers are good too. The small ones, the little HJ6s and stuff like that, the little Hush Jerk 6s is awesome. The little J6s as well. I think a J5, something like that. Rapalers are good lure for sure. But when you're thinking of cranking, you don't think about trout fishing and cranking. I will send you some trout jigs I make. Yeah, for sure, I'll take them. So Trout Magnet makes a great little crankbait. These little, they're like the Rapala, the Trout Magnet cranks. And I have 1, 2, I just bought these. And I have a bunch in my box. 3, I got 4. And I'm going to go over the colors with them too. Now, my experience trout fishing crankbaits. Now, trout are predator fish. And they're really aggressive, believe it or not. Some people think they're light and finicky. They can be, but a trout is very, very predatorial. It's crazy how mean they can be. So these little cranks, if you haven't bought a crank, like Chris said, fly myself. Yeah, I tie flies and stuff and do some fly fishing, but I haven't did a lot of fly fishing. I do have a couple videos of me fly fishing with my buddies up at Yellow Creek, and we catch some monster trophy trout up there. I have a video out called Trophy Trout in PA. Go over and check that out. We catch monsters up there. But so getting back into the cranking, if you haven't tried cranking for trout, guys, even in the streams, these little cranks from Trout Magnet are unbelievable. I use anything they will bite on. Yeah, but I'm telling you, try these Trout Magnet cranks or go get a small Rapala. It depends how deep you're fishing. If you're fishing them smaller creeks and you find the holes, these cranks, when you throw them at the end of the hole, bring them through the hole and jerk them and let them set and jerk them and let them set, they can be deadly when nothing else is working. Every trout in that stream has seen an egg pattern. They've seen red worms. They've seen your jigs. They've seen putty. They've seen maggots. They've seen waxworms. They've seen mealworms, mousies. They've seen it all. And when they're very, very finicky, throw on a crankbait and try it. Yeah, I was using power bait and still do. Last week they were biting night crawlers. I'm going to try the cranking. Definitely try the cranking. So I have here, we have it's sort of like a brook trout, but it's a fluorescent green. And with the orange at the bottom, it's almost like a fire tiger. It reminds you of a fire tiger. That's a good crank right there, guys. We have the clear minnow, what I call the glass minnow. They call it a hawk, 2.5 hawk. That's, I guess, the color of it. But Leland Lures has been in the business for a long, long time. And these trout magnets, I never used trout magnets until about 2 or 3 years ago. And I think I only took up like 2 or 3 Rapalas, and I lost them on these rocks up there, and I couldn't get them back. So I went to, I believe it was Walmart, and they had a couple trout magnets. So I bought them, and I tried them, and man, did they kill. So the last couple of years, I've been throwing these on purpose just to see when everything is slow. Like, I'm going to have one of these on my rod at all times, and I'll go through my rods and stuff with you in my setups. But I will keep these in my box, and I will have one of these tied on a trout rod at all times. Because whenever you are, now when you're walking the streams, you're not going to have 15 rods with you. You're going to have one rod. I wish we could get, they call ham and eggs in my state. Ham and eggs, yeah. I've heard of that. So just try it if you get a chance. They're like $5.99, $5 for a crank. So here is the clear glass minnow, what I call, but they call it a hawk. The TMC, this is like a brown trout, the color. And like I said, they love to eat this 2-inch black and silver Rapala floater. Yeah, they're nice too. I like the suspenders. That way they stay down in the water column, and you can work them at any depth you want. If the creek is high or low, or them pockets, you reel it down fast in one of them pockets and let it sit there and let it rise, and bam, they'll hit it. But so that's a little like a brown trout color right there, guys, if you could see that. Sorry if I missed anybody. I got the chat running here too as well. And don't forget about that giveaway. If we hit our goal tonight, I'm giving away a hat. So something like this, if you want, you can buy something like, you can get something like that, win it. I got a bunch of hats and stuff in my store. So we're gonna give away a hat today to someone in the chat tonight if we reach our goal. So that's the brown trout. I'm trying to fix that. There we go. Try to stay right there. Let's see if it stays. So that's the color right there. Come on. You can hear my dogs barking at the neighbor's dog. So there's the color right there. Very good color. Those brook trout, brown trout looking lures are awesome. Here's another one. It's more of a rainbow brookie trout looking. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you, buddy. So that is a trout. It got the pink down the middle like a rainbow trout, mini babies. Trout love them. I'm telling you guys, try cranking. My dogs are barking. Do you make your own merch too? I don't. My buddy makes it for me. Nature's Wild Playground. Fish game. I bought him bounce worms or natural bees on brown sugar road bugs on a float. That sounds awesome too, man. For sure. For sure. Whatever works in your area, man, stick with it. But I'm telling you, at least try a crank. At least try one of those trout magnets or like a Rapala. The HJ6s, the Hush Jerk 6s, they're small ones. Man, they're deadly too, guys. But I'm telling you, when all else fails, just try it. And you heard me tell you that cranking for trout works. And it doesn't matter if you're in a pond. It doesn't matter if you're in a creek. It doesn't matter if you're in a lake, stream, whatever. Practice on my Oscar. Yeah, I don't want to hook that thing. That thing's like a 3-pound Oscar, man. Theo, his name's Greg. That's Theo's Oscar. I got him when he was a little baby for Theo. I got 21 pounds, male rainbow, Boxing Day. Nice. Now that's helpful. Yes, for sure. Definitely do that. And Phoebe Lures, minnow imitation, another little, it's like they consider that a spoon. They're awesome too. That's an awesome fish here, buddy, for sure. If you guys haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Share us out to your friends. Let them know that I do all these videos and giveaways and things like that. I'd really appreciate that. If you haven't, yes, pheasant tail nymph, for sure, for sure. I like all that stuff. So just try it. And then you heard it from me. If you never heard about crank and trout, you heard it from Ted from Off the Hook First, try it. You're going to be surprised. It works awesome. All right, so that is those products there, guys, and I'm getting all my stuff ready. Now let me show you something real quick here. I'm going to just show you. I got my stuff hanging up there. I got my Sims gear. I use all Sims gear if I can. I got my vest, my Sims vest there. I'm going to go through that with you guys too as well. So I'm going to go through all that stuff with you guys. But I want to show you, my wife's home now. She's probably going to be running around. I got a bunch of sunglasses from Fishoholic in the bag, or in the box. This 2, 4. I got 6 pairs of glasses from Fishoholic to use this year, which is awesome. I got a, hey guys, stop barking. I got a visor from them because I have a bunch of hats. So I got a Fishoholic visor as well. And they sent me a bunch of stuff, stickers. I got a key ring for my boat that I'll be using. I got some koozies. We'll be doing giveaways and stuff with that. Hope, Dash, stop. And then I got some decals I'll be giving away this year as well. I got some big Fishoholic decals as well that I'll be giving away this year as well, so keep an eye out for that. And then they give me, and they always give me a couple shirts for sure. Here is the Fishoholic shirt here, camo. I may even use that for turkey season. It's almost like a Sitka gear thing here. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that Fishoholic shirt is really nice. And they usually send me some gear every year to use in their videos. What's up, buddy? Theo, come here and say hi to everybody. So Theo just came back from his volleyball game. He did really well. So there he is. What's up? So I'm getting all the stuff ready. Getting all your rods and stuff ready. I'm doing it live. All right. Where the heck did I put my shirt at? I gotta put my shirt back in the bag. So we got that. We got the dogs running around. It's crazy, man. 100 mile an hour all the time. With the kids, with all their sports, and like we're leaving tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow right after work. And we had, my cousin usually watches our dogs, but she had an emergency. Her boyfriend has a kidney stone and he has to go to the hospital. So she has to be home with him. So we needed, like, to, on the spur of the moment, find somebody to watch the dogs. We don't take them up there. We can't take them up to Seven Springs, stay in the cabin. It's not dog friendly. Some of them are, but the one we got are not. So we leave the dogs at home. So here, my buddy Bob, you all know Bob, who I hunt with, his son Brandon. I did a video with Brandon this year. I think we're gonna get, Sue's aunt's gonna help out, and my buddy Brandon, my buddy son Brandon, which is, Brandon's my buddy too. He's gonna help us out this weekend, so that's cool. So we won't have to drive in and out all the time. The kids do have, Hope, Dash, stop it. They have tournaments this weekend, so we're gonna be running back and forth. My wife is a beast. Like, she's gonna be running back and forth, and she's gonna be taking them to tournaments. I'm gonna try to fill in a little bit too. I'm gonna be fishing, doing some lives and stuff, so keep an eye out on some lives this weekend. Hopefully the rain holds out. We get a couple hours in at least of fishing, so we're gonna do that this weekend. I'm probably gonna try to cut a video or two, or at least maybe a two-parter or something like that. So we're gonna do that, so it'll be fun. It's, like I said, it's gonna be hectic. My wife's gonna be running around. I'm gonna try to step in and take some of it off of her. She's got to work this week too, so we're going up there. She's doing some work and some hanging out as well, but the tournaments are really crazy. So my daughter and my son both have tournaments this weekend. So we're going to try to split that up, or she'll do it all. My wife can do it all. She runs around like a nutball while I fish. So thanks to her, I get to do what I like to do. But yeah, Thea's going to be fishing with me too. Besides do it best molds, I do AI molds as well. I use AI molds. They're pretty good too. I use mostly do it molds though. So that's where we're at with the molds. AI molds right now and do it molds. And I'm thinking about getting some AI hand pour molds for some swim baits as well. So Fish Guru, they sponsored you. They don't sponsor me. Fishoholic does not sponsor me. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't have any binding contracts. That's what that means, sponsored. A lot of people think I get a sticker from somebody and they're sponsored. I get a bunch of gear from them every year. I'm not sponsored. I'm not affiliated, but I do I don't want to say even represent them. I use their gear and I put them in my videos, and they appreciate that, and they send me a bunch of gear. So and I advertise for them. I have a link in the description. You can't save money on them. So go over to my description of my videos, and you can save 25% off Fishoholic. Now, Fishoholic's not on YouTube or anything. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that. So go use my links. They're on Amazon as well. So go check them out over there. Great company. Gordy up there is awesome. He's been great to me for the last couple of years. Actually, I did a video, and I kicked myself in the butt. But Gordy saw, I did a video of those Oyo sunglasses, and Gordy was like, hey, man, you're using my Fishoholic glasses. What are you doing a video for those for? And I was like, man, I just do a video for the products, you know, that are sent to me. And so I won't be doing any more videos with sunglasses besides the Fishoholic glasses, guys. So I am trying to stay true to them. Me and Gordy had a talk. He sent me a bunch of gear over and stuff like that. So I won't be doing any sunglass videos anytime soon with any other company. I will be strictly Fishoholic glasses for sure. So let me show you my one jacket here. I'm going to show you. I got my Simms jacket. That's my rain jacket. Nice jacket. Simms makes some great quality products, and you got to have the good gear when you're out there. So that's my jacket that I'm going to be wearing. I got the Simms vest here too. Very nice, very comfortable. And let's go through my vest, guys. This is secret, top secret, guys. Hunting and Stuff with J&J, what's up? This is top secret stuff I'm showing you here. So keep it to yourselves. Don't tell anybody, okay? But what do I got in here? I got a bunch of trout floats in my upper pockets. I got some underspins, believe it or not, some Roadrunner underspins. Believe it or not, they work with trout. I got a bunch of hand-tied jig heads, small ones that I usually throw on a float. If they're hitting on those, that's in my top right pocket. My top left pocket, let's see. I don't even know what's in my pockets, guys. I got some bear paws. If you guys have not used any of these bear paws, if you even heard of them, my uncle turned me on to these when I was little. These bear paws will give you a second hook on your line. If anybody has not heard of bear paws, go over and look up bear paws for fishing. They are a little plastic gizmo here that you can put 2 hooks on your line. So you have your main line, okay, and you loop the line through this little collar. See that collar there? You loop your line through there, and then this little piece here, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that real well. If you can see that real well there. See that little piece with that line? You put this through here, like so, and it's like a locking mechanism, and you put another hook on here, like a loop, like one of those hooks you buy in the store with the loop already on. With your leader, you put it on there, then you push this together. And your loop for your main line comes out this side, the small side, and your main line is here, and then your tag end, like your other hook, comes out of here. So when you're pulling your main line, this hook is, if it's hit here, you have a hook hanging at the bottom, and you have a hook hanging off the side. So that gives you 2 hooks with that little bear paw right there, guys. So if you haven't heard of the bear paws, go check them out. That's something that my uncle turned me on to years and years and years ago. And we use that for when we do live bait fishing and even putty. I will put the top hook, I'll put putty on it so it's floating above the weeds, or we'll put a worm on it, or we'll do vice versa. We'll put the putty on the bottom so it lifts up the baits off of the ground, depending on what you're fishing. So that's just a little technique that you guys, if you haven't heard of the bear paws, definitely check those out. Go on Amazon or somewhere, and it'll give you an extra hook in your line, a little setup, little bear paw setup. Let's see what else is in here. I got a little stringer if we keep them. I got little natural minnow rigs with needles. See the little needles right there? I thread minnows. You got how you get those salted minnows in a bag and stuff like that. You run these minnow rigs through there, and you have a minnow rig for trout. You got Daiichi salmon egg hooks. Very, very sharp Daiichi hooks right here for salmon eggs when you're hand tying. I try not to use those hooks you buy in the store with the leaders on them already. I try to tie my own hooks. I also have some hemostats here that I use to get the hooks out of the trout nice and thin. It doesn't damage the trout at all, and put them back safely. I have some nips, some little toenail clippers that I clip things with, like line and stuff like that, or even lures. So we have that. Now let's get into some of the other tackle here. A bunch of split shots in my bag, or in my vest. And these, when I'm fishing the ponds and stuff up at Seven Springs, I wear the vest. You don't need to. You can take a tackle box and fish those ponds. But when you're walking the streams and stuff, you need everything on you. That's what these vests are for. And these Sims vests, you can take along just about everything you need. And then I have an array of hooks. I have the smallest trebles you could see. And I'm hoping I have some really small trebles in here. Oh, here they are right here. I'm going to show you this. This is one of the secrets too, guys. If you guys haven't heard of these, and I'm sure you guys do if you trout fish. When I'm using putty, I use the trebles with the spring on it. And these springs, see that spring on there? That spring holds that power bait or whatever on there. So you mash it into that spring, and that spring that's on that treble will hold your power bait on there, your chunky cheese, whatever you want. That's like a dough bait, that holds it on. I guess they could use that for catfishing and a bigger hook too. But that is a spring treble there that holds the putty on for you. So I have those in a little, you can see all the different hooks that are lined up there. So we have that. And then in my box here, now this box is top secret, guys. So I'm giving you a sneak peek of the top secret boxes. So on this side are my rooster tails. I got a bunch of rooster tails in there. See how they all are in there? Real nice, huh? They're all hooked together. So when you pull one out, you know how these 6 of them come out with it. So then you got to separate it. So we got a bunch of rooster tails. We have the Meps in here. Here's a good one. Look at this one. There's 8 of them on there. The Mepses are in there. I'm gonna put all these. So this is 10 pounds of baits in here. I got all the white ones. That's my favorite. They're pretty good. The white rooster tails as well. We got some fluorescent pinks in there. Stuff like that. So let's put these back in there. They're all jammed in there. What else we got? We got some Vibrexes. These guys are Blue Fox Vibrex with the fish calling bell. They're very good too. That's a light blue one there. Very, very good bait to throw for trout. On this side, we have more of the Vibrex. Here's some Blue Foxes right here. They're like a rooster tail. They have a fly pattern on the back of them with the very shiny, shiny spoons on it. A bunch of different ones of those as well. Silver and white, stuff like that. Blue and white, silver and white, pink and white, all the good trout colors. So that's in that box there. Be surprised how much stuff you can fit in your fishing vest. And then we have another box here. What's this? Ooh, another pack of Phoebes. That's awesome. That's a smaller size too. So there's all different sizes of the Phoebes. My favorite ones are the copper ones. Copper and brass colored ones, the middle right there. Some of them are brass, some of them are gold. This is a blue and silver at the bottom of it. The silver at the top, all silver, and then the gold one here. And they make a copper one too, that's one of my favorite colors. So in here, I do have, and this is a little secret, I have these little jig heads right here. And when they're really hitting, guys, you put these little gulp minnows on there, power bait, blue and silver. See these little gulp minnows? Power bait or whatever you want to call them. They little minnows with a jig head on them, bouncing them off the bottom. Killer. Believe it or not, we got beetle spins with my trailer on it. My little beetle bug trailer on that. Fluorescent green and white. Awesome bait as well. And then check this out, the trout magnets. Got the two. I got the shad trout magnet. I got a brown trout one. I got a clear one. So I got ever used shyster spinners. I've heard of them, but I've never used them. So that's another one. So I got two of those. I got two of the brown trouts. So they are in my box as well. Here's some heavier, a little bit heavier duty jig heads to get down deep. So they're pretty awesome as well. And then the other side, what do we got in here? Okay, now we're getting into the Phoebes, the Phoebe lures, the Castmasters, the Joe's flies. Here's the copper one I wanted to show you. This is one of my favorites, guys, right here. This is one of my favorite all-time lures, right there. The copper Phoebe lure, right there. That is one of my favorites. Believe it or not, it's just a spoon that's cut with a fish pattern on it, and you would not believe how many fish I catch on that. Then we got these little hand-tied conehead jigs, flies, I guess you can call them. Then we got, now here's an issue with the Joe's flies. I always get the Magnums, the heavy ones. The Joe's flies right here, guys. The Magnum Joe's flies. And sometimes I get creative and tie my own flies and put them on there, like the woolly bugger pattern there. I'll put that fly on there. I'll take the original fly off and I'll tie a pattern on there and I'll put the woolly bugger on there. There's a bunch of different ones, guys. There's a black one with the fluorescent, I call that a gnat. What's up, Ottercat? Shad wrap, yeah. For them bigger trout, for sure. And here's a yellow one with the Magnums on it as well. So we use all different kinds of baits, guys. Don't ever short yourself. Never have too many baits. Phoebes. A whole bunch of Phoebes. Now I got to get them back in here the right way. Different size Phoebes, different sizes depending on the trout that you're catching. So we got a bunch of lures there for sure. So that is my trout vest. And then I got a knife in the back in case you need a knife. Let's see what else is in here. We got the Off the Hook edition split shots. Check that out. Night City. We got the Off the Hook edition split shots. That's just my sticker on a split shot case, but that's my Off the Hook edition one. And then we got, what do we got in here? Oh, we got the Off the Hook edition hooks too. Trebles. Nice, huh? Number 10s. Good night, Chris. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you. So that is that. Now we're gonna get into, I'm gonna hang this up. This thing's a little heavy, but let's see, I'll show you the back pouch as well. Back pouch, I have some waterproof gloves. These little black neoprene gloves that are nice fishing whenever it's cold out. You can fish with those on. Then I have my trusty old little fillet knife that I have in the back of my, that isn't a real expensive one. It's like a Rapala fillet knife with my gloves just in case it gets cold. But we can take our heated gloves now from Savior as well. So that's my Sims jacket there, guys. We're gonna hang that back up. And then we're gonna get into, I always have a fleece hoodie. I got my Sims hat, of course. Always wear my Sims hat, represents Sims. And then we are going to, I'm gonna take you for a walk real quick, guys. We are gonna go into my garage real quick, okay? And we'll set you back down. We're gonna do this here. And we're gonna go, and I'm gonna show you some stuff here real quick, guys. All right, so here is a part. This is my room, my hunting and fishing room. See all the rods? So there's the trout rods that I'm taking right there. We got a bunch of trout rods that I gotta make sure we set up, and I'll go over some of those with you. I got when we fish at ponds, we got these little rod holders here that are awesome. These things are, believe it or not, they're like $2 a piece. Get a bunch of those. And then we're going into all my bass rods are all out. There's a ton of rods. I got my Lucky Buck there, Trophy Rock. Got my crossbows, and I got my back braces, my waders over here. I got rods and saltwater rods up there. Hats, clothes, hunting clothes. There's my fish camera. There's my kids' old tackle boxes right there. Got a bunch of stuff over here. Got the tide weed blinds and stuff like that. So this is all the clothing I have, all the rods. And then one of the important things here, guys, see that little box right here, this little Plano box? We're gonna take that, because I'm gonna open it up for you real quick. I'm gonna show you something. And we're gonna take this in, and we're gonna go over some of the stuff here. So here is, boom, the gulps and the power baits and all the putty is in this box. This is a special box here. So let me go get this. Let me put this in here. We're gonna set this down. We're gonna go for it. I am gonna go grab all my rods, guys. I'm gonna grab the rods and I'm gonna bring them in here, okay? So excuse me for 1 second, okay? I'm gonna lift this up just a little higher. Put that right there like that. And I will be right back with the fishing rods. So just hang on for a second. I'm gonna grab these out of here. Got so many dang rods. Got my daughter's rods, got my rods, Theo's rods. A bunch of rods are falling everywhere. We got these, and then I have a special rod here that I wanted to show you as well, because I'm pretty excited about this rod. And it's Theo's setup actually, but it's not for trout. This is for bass. This is gonna be his wacky rig setup that I think is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about it. So let's see here. All right, so first we're gonna go over this rod here. This is the new St. Croix rain rod. That is the rain, St. Croix, and it has the 7 reel on it. Beautiful setup, guys. This whole setup was 150 bucks from St. Croix. They have a combo pack. This is actually $250, but it was on sale for 150. So I bought it for Theo. Really nice blue color. Yes, you are right. All the rods falling over. But this little setup here is beautiful. I'm probably going to do a review on this setup for Theo. I'm going to let him use it, or I might use it. Who knows? But this is a sweet rod setup for him. And I wanted to get him a good one. He's becoming a really good fisherman. And St. Croix is, you know, that's my baby right there, rods. So that's that St. Croix. So let's get into, let's go to the little rod setup first. So right here we have a Proficiency. These are a Walmart. Hey Tina. Proficiency. This is about a $40 rod. Small 4-foot rod. You can see the float on here is set up. And we were using a live bait on it. We were using a sickle hook right here. Using that with like a maggot or something on that. And that's on a float that you can adjust. We have a split shot up here and a float right here. And we'll throw that out there when the fish are actively biting on top and stuff like that. We can adjust this split shot to get the depth we want down. So that is a float setup right there with a small, little bit bigger than a salmon egg hook. I believe that is a, do I want to say, that's not a owner hook. I believe that's a Gamakatsu. And that's like a little wacky style rig hook there that we use for bait. So, and you can put a worm on there or whatever. When them trout are hitting, those big rainbows and stuff are hitting, it's kind of cool to get them on top. Watch that bobber go down. So that's the one Proficiency rod. This is only like 40 bucks this rod, and it's a small reel. It's worth the money for sure. This Proficiency rod is, it's well built. And it's cheap. And if you want something like small setups for those jig heads and stuff like that, I wanted smaller setups because I never owned stuff like this. I only started getting into this one, and this is a great panfish rod. for crappie and stuff like that too. So we bluegill fish with these rods and stuff when the bass or muskie aren't hitting. Hey Anti, what's up, buddy? Yes, for sure. For sure, the Rapalas are no slouches. For sure. But I'm telling you, get trout magnet cranks and go out there and have a blast. And you can get the HJ6s as well. Guys, don't forget we have our giveaway tonight. If we hit our goal tonight, we're giving away an off the hook hat to one of you guys in the chat. So hit that like button and check out the goal. And if you want to donate the $5, I believe it's a $5 super chat. If we get 5 of those tonight, I'm giving away a hat to somebody in the chat tonight. So that's that right there. That is the Proficiency rod. They need cleaned up a little bit. I haven't had a chance yet to go through all my rods and reels, and I'm going to do a video on that as well. I may do a live of reel maintenance. So if you guys think that's a cool idea, doing reel maintenance and showing you guys how I do the reel maintenance every year, hit a thumbs up in the chat, and I will make that happen this year. I'll show you all the products that I use for the reel maintenance, and I'll show you how I get into it and what I do to all my reels just about every year. Sometimes I'm going to admit, sometimes I don't get to them that year, but you should at least hit them once a year with some oil and some grease for sure. So that is the Proficiency rod right there. And then we're getting into now this is my son. He loves it. He calls these the Pokemon bobbers. Okay? This is my son. Boom. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, brother. We're off to a good start. We got 1 super chat in there, so thank you, or super sticker. This is the Crappie Fighter from Zebco. This is another $30, $40 rod. Really nice little rod, nice reel. Got the line on it, it comes with it. We got this set up. Theo has a big old red bobber on this thing that he likes. He calls it the Pokemon bobber. We have that on, and we have it set up with a small bait hook on here. And we'll put minnows on there or whatever, you know, whatever kind of bait you want on, minnows, red worms, maggots, mealworms, all that stuff on this. This is a 2-piece rod. And like I said, for the price, guys, 30, 40 bucks, you can't beat these little rods for crappie, panfish, and stuff like that. Really a nice flex, and they're perfect for trout, believe it or not. They have a nice flex to them, and they're great for, especially if you get a big trout on one of these small rods, it's a great fight. Now, not gonna lie, the drag systems aren't like a expensive drag. They have a little bit of sticking to them, but the more you use them, the better the drag system works. They like wear down a little bit, and I'm sure after a while they'll wear out. But for the money, you can't beat them for the pan fishing and stuff like that. Now, my daughter's Proficiency rod, and this is how this came. Let me show you here. This now this is a little bigger. I don't know if I'm going to get it all in the picture here. This Proficiency rod right here is for my daughter. She liked that color, that teal blue color. Now it comes with a braid on it, a blue braid. I have that set too light. All right, there we go. And so she was using that, and she was just throwing a shiner out there, or minnow, on the hook. We just have a bait hook on here. Or no, I'm sorry, that's a wacky style rig right there. That's a wacky rig. So she was probably throwing one of my worms or a Yamamoto worm on that. So that is that rig. But this braid on here, believe it or not, this is a really nice braid. It's thin, very thin. It's a light blue braid. You can see it on the rod itself. It matches the rod. So this Proficiency reel and rod, I think this was about 50 bucks. But it was, it's definitely a nice reel. The drag system and everything on this Proficiency reel is also pretty good for the money. You can see it's pretty smooth. It doesn't stick. So that's and it's a really nice looking rod too. She liked that. So it's the white with the light blue. And this is a Proficiency rod as well. And it's a 2-piece. So we take that with us as well. She'll throw something on there. You can use a crank. You can crank with them trout magnets with this too, with a little bit of braid, so you don't lose the cranks on it. This braid is so super thin, guys. It's like hair, and it's very, very light. I really like this. I wish I knew what kind of braid this was, but we usually use Sunline braid and stuff like that as well. So, but let's see here. What do we do? Let me get this out of here like this, because I wrapped it around there. Let me get this out. There we go. It's out now. Let's click that bail. All right, there we go. So that's my daughter's setup right there. We have that. Let's get into my rods. And this one right here is the Abu Garcia, the Abu 3000. This is a two-piece rod. A lot of my trout rods are two-piece. I don't really have a one-piece trout rod. Now this is a putty rod. I'll use it, and I'll show you what I throw my cranks and stuff on, but this is the Shimano Sienna reel. Really nice reel for the money. Can't go wrong with the Shimanos. It's one of my favorite reels. I use Shimanos on a lot of my rods. But it's got the little fighting butt on it. Two-piece rod. This is a medium action 6.6 rod, 1/8 to 3/4 ounce, 12 pound, 4 to 12 pound line on it. Something you can use light. I have 6 pound sun line on this, and I have this on a split shot only with a treble. So that is a putty setup. And what that does is the split shot will sit down in the, we get a lot of the green grass, algae grass is what I call it. My also is Abu rod with the Shimano. Yeah. So this little split shot here sits down in about 1.5 feet. And you don't have to put the split shot on hard. I could slide this, believe it or not, on my line. Now, if you are putting a split shot on, I recommend you use the smooth split shot so you can do this. You can slide it up and down. And then every once in a while, after you're done sliding it for like the day or something, run your finger down that line. If you feel any kind of nicks or anything in it, cut it off, move your baits and everything back up the line so you don't lose your fish with that for sure. But that's just a number 10 treble right there. And that is a putty rod. And I guess the putty was staying on good, or I would have the spring on there. Very nice rod, very nice little setup there. That's about $100 right there total. So that ain't too bad. Now my next rod is another good setup. And I think I was using this also for the putty too. Now this is a Shimano Scimitar rod. Really nice rod. And it has the Fluger Try-On reel on it. Do I like Fluger reels? They're okay for trout and stuff like that. I don't use them for bass or anything. They're really nice looking reels. The Fluger Presidents are really good. They're a little more expensive, but these Try-Ons are about 60 bucks. Nice rod setup. And if you notice, all my reels match my rods. My thing, I don't know why. It's just a thing that I like to match up different reels and rods. I love rods and reels. You can ask my wife that. I'm going to be ordering another rat rod or frog rod here real soon from St. Croix. But that's about 1 foot down. We have our little 10 with our split shot on it. And that's what we use for our putty baits. The smooth drag system. This is also 6 pound. On here. The little rods have 4 pound. I'm sorry, they're not 6, they're 4 pound. And then this rod here, and I don't know if you guys have all heard of them, but the ACC crappie stick. Now this is a crappie rod, and that doesn't mean it's a crappie rod in the sense of it being a bad rod, but this is a long crappie rod, and I love this for trout fishing, guys. It is sensitive, it's nice, this is a 4.3 ounce medium fast action. And this is like a 7.5 foot rod. It's almost like a noodle rod. It reminds me of a noodle rod. And what I have on there, because you know that I have an affiliate link with Placino. I have a Placino reel on this. And I put that reel on to do a video review on it. And this reel goes really good with this ACC rod. I like it a lot. I didn't even take the plastic off of it yet, guys. It's got the cork handles on it, but it's an ACC crappie stick, the GS08M, whatever that means. But this is a beautiful rod, and it's good for, I throw those cranks on here and stuff. I don't bait fish with this rod because it's so sensitive. I like throwing lures with it, and you can fling the spoons and everything with this. And this Placino reel, the Placino reel, I don't even know which one is this one. It's got the 9 ball bearings on it. And let's see, this is the, I'm hitting it off the ceiling. It's got a 5.2 to 1 gear ratio on it. And this is 6 pound, 4 pound test on this, because it's a longer rod, so I could use lighter reel, lighter line on this bigger rod. But it's almost like a noodle rod for steelhead, but it's a crappie rod to get out there and reach. But I use it for trout because I really like this rod. So, and it'll get the most use out of it with trout for me because I don't crappie fish that much. So, but that's a good jig rod, and I can throw spoons and stuff with that as well. So that's the rods that I'm taking up with me this weekend. So that'll be cool. And that is about it for the rods, guys. Now let's get into the putty. Oh, there's my box. There is one thing missing in here that I don't have. We got the Potskey's Balls of Fire. I know you guys all seen them. The salmon egg hooks. We got the garlic scented. We got the power bait, which I don't use too much of the power bait. I like the Gulp. And this is the Gulp Trout, the green Gulp. And we got the green, and then we got the chunky cheese. That's the color right there, guys. Let me get a new one here. There's the chunky cheese right there. That's the color right there with the glitter in it. Awesome bait. We catch almost, I would say, double the amount of trout on the Berkeley Gulp. It has more scent than the Berkeley Power Bait. It does. It just does. I don't know why. This is the glitter. The white glitter, and there's some stuff that aren't even open yet in here. See, that's not even open yet. So there's a bunch of putty in here. We use a lot of that. We use a lot of the chunky cheese for sure. My nephew, Ace, you guys all know Ace. Ace and Theo love this stuff. Catch a lot of fish on the chunky cheese. And we have greens and we have tans. And I think we got enough chunky cheese. I'm gonna see if we can feel. That's hard as a brick, so that's garbage. And I take out all of the, okay, we got some, that's another thing too, guys. Don't take this, the aluminum off of here or whatever that is. Keep it halfway. That helps, when you close this, that helps keep that fresh longer. So that's what you want to do with it. Let's see, this one still has it on. So we got a full canister there. And then I keep those silver things, linings in here. That one didn't have it on, but it was dead. It was really low. So I'll put these back on there whenever are needed. Let's see what this one is. That's a full one. So we got a couple full chunky cheeses. So we should be good for this weekend. If I have to, I can always make a run. But there's some chunky cheese there. It's getting hard, but it'll work. So we got 1, 2, 3 chunky cheeses, 4 chunky cheeses. So we are good with the chunky cheese for sure. And we got green, yellow corn, which, like I said, the Power Bait. We got the white. We got this garlic scent Power Bait, which is pretty nasty. And that's I don't know if that's that's even going to stay on. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's everything this weekend that we're going to be taking. So appreciate you guys coming in tonight and sharing. But I didn't go live this week at all, so I wanted to make sure I went live today. I did premiere a video today at 7 p.m. So if you haven't seen that video on that product review on them EBL AA batteries, go over and check them out. They're pretty cool batteries. I put them in the oven, I put them in the freezer, and I checked them, you know, and used them, and they worked. And then I did a long-term test as well. So go over and check that out. Hit the like button on that. Share us out for sure. So, but yeah, guys, that's about it for tonight. I'm going to pack up. I got to get my clothes ready still, all my undergarments and things like that. I got the rain jacket set up. So we're good for this weekend. We're supposed to get some tough weather. My kids are actually, get out of there. My dog's smelling it. Come on, come up. Come on up. Up. There's my dog. That's Dash, my silver lab. Say hi. Say hi, Dash. Look here. Say hi. Look. Say hi. Look in the camera. You're a star. You're a star. So yeah. So we're gonna get our clothes together and we're gonna take a ride up, and then we got to see what's going on for all of the things. Jimmy James Bailey Catfish. What's up, Jimmy James? Thanks for coming in. Hit that like button if you haven't. But yeah, we're going to be heading up to Seven Springs this weekend, hopefully doing some fishing depending on the weather. Looks like we got some bad rainy weather moving in, but I'll still be out there. Maybe I'll do something with the camera to get a live in, maybe take a tent up or something with us to put the live in. We'll see what happens, but hopefully we can cut a few videos this weekend. We get some trout fishing in. I'll be fishing with my son and my nephew. I haven't fished with them. I'm waiting to get out there and fish with them guys. I'm excited about that. Really like this trip. It's kind of a laid back. It ain't a real serious. Well, I guess I couldn't say serious because you see all the stuff that I take. But it's not that serious of a trip. We just go up there to relax. My wife is actually, she works most of the weekend, and she'll be running around with the tournaments and stuff, and I'll try to get in on them tournaments and help her out any way I can to get the kids there if we can. So we do have somebody to watch the dogs, so we're going to work on that tonight as well. We're going to go, I know my wife has some laundry to do to get the kids' clothes ready. I got to get my clothes ready tonight, so we're going to end this. We're going to go get something to eat as well. I got to go up and make something to eat. So I wanted to go live. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you joining me and going through all my stuff. I just wanted to show you, you know, what I use and what I do. So appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's free. It helps the channel out a lot. Sharing us out also helps, hitting that like button as well. We do a lot of giveaways and things like that here. I try to do a little bit of everything, show you exactly what we do here. That's why you're in the house in the basement here with all my stuff, to show you all that good stuff that we do. Hopefully it interests you. Hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, go over, check out the website, OFFTHEHOOKOUTDOORS.us. Check out all my partners and affiliates in the description. Everybody's in there. You can save some money on the products as well. I'd like to thank Jinx Some Sense. I'd like to thank FishAngler. I'd like to thank Gordy over at Fishoholic. I'd like to thank Joe at Winscent, Angler Tungsten. I'd like to thank Mr. Phil Dixon over at Limit Shield as well. So thank you guys for all supporting me and my channel. So I appreciate that. So go over, check those companies out in my description. And we're going to end it tonight, guys. So thank you for coming in. Have a great weekend. And like I always say, guys, take a kid fishing or hunting. No need to thank me, Ted. Take a kid fishing or hunting. We're going to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And we will see ya.